I mean, I did move out
Yes,
without y'all knowing.
yeah, did y'all hear what she said? Not only did she move out, she moved out without her parents knowing. So that whole move out thing, yeah, it was devastating. Like I didn't know if I needed to file a missing persons report. But so for a parent, it was rough
Mm-hmm.
for me, and I believe what added to it was that you had the assistance, we'll call it that, of someone who's really had a role in your entire life, a really good one. It was somebody who was an elder that you trusted, that I trusted, and that doesn't excuse baby girl and your
My
role.
part, yeah.
Yeah, but I really had hope that when you have someone at that time, what, you were 18?
Like the day I turned 18.
Yes, it was the day she turned 18. It's like, happy birthday to me. Um, when someone is 18 and making decisions like that without their parents knowing, and we had come up with a plan for her, and to know that someone that we had trusted helped you come up with a plan opposing your parents.
I mean, it wasn't in my eyes. I didn't see it as a plan. It was just like what you're not gonna do.
That's what you felt like we were doing. We were telling you what you weren't going to do. Yeah, that's true. Because you were trying to do something we didn't agree with our coins.
And obviously, I think we saw where that went.
Yeah.
How that took its course.
It got us where? To what course? Where are we now?
We're a lot better than we were before.
How did we get there?
We started doing little stuff together, talking more. Because even when I was over there and I wasn't here, we would be on the phone talking. It would be late night, and I would just call you, and we would just talk literally about nothing. But just
yeah, you
talk.
would FaceTime me. I don't know why it would be like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. But it's okay. It would be late. It would be late. She would FaceTime me, and we would talk. But those conversations, they were kind of hard.
Yes, I feel like we both kind of had a wall up because it was hard talking to you.
Yeah, and it was hard because I wanted to be sure that I heard you, but at the same time that I stuck to my values.
This is a reminder from Quran.
And that you knew where I was coming from, because I wasn't willing to just kick my values and my principles to the curb because of where you were.
This is a reminder.
So let's get to the eyebrow. So you shaped it out.
I did. I shaped it out, and as I was shaping it out, I used the spoolie. This is what it's called, a spoolie.
It's a brush to me.
It is a spoolie. I use the spoolie to brush out my brows as I do them, just to help move around the product just a little bit. I hold my pencil at the end because it gives you lighter strokes and makes it look more natural. I'm really not going over today, so natural is what we're looking for. If I was going to do a full beat, I might add a little pressure to my tail area. I don't really need it in the beginning of my eyebrows because they're kind of already full.
Yeah, we both of us kind of have a natural Brooke Shields thing going on. I'm aging myself. I don't even know if you know who Brooke Shields is.
I have no idea.
See, she has absolutely no idea who it is. Yeah, we did. We had those late night conversations, and I remember at that time, I would be glad to hear from you, but it took so much. It took a lot. It took a lot out of me to have them, and now that I'm thinking about it, it's because I was hurt. Were you? Were you mad?
Oh.
You were mad?
Wait, no, I said ooh because I look. This is really not that light, but we're gonna get back to that.
Yeah, the light makes it look lighter than it is.
I wasn't mad. Wait, in terms of us talking?
Yeah.
Oh, because you was hurt and that's why it was hard to talk to me.
Yes.
It was hard to talk to you. kind of because I knew I hurt you, but at the time it was like certain times I was enjoying myself, and it was like I
You mean
had
what
to
you were
deal.
doing out there?
No, like just being in my own space. So I guess doing what else is out there. But it was like I kind of had to feel bad for the enjoyment. So it was like no matter where I stood, I was just hurting you.
Oh, and that bothered you?
Yes, because I mean, ultimately, like you guys kind of stopped talking to me.
Yeah, we did. We did not. That was hard though. That was really hard to have someone that you've raised and you've been with like every day since you were born. And suddenly not only are you not home, but I didn't even know where you were for a while.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was difficult. And it affected everybody. It affected, you know,
A lot of relationships.
yeah, it affected the relationship with him. It affected other family members. It definitely affected your brother, and even you, how you and your brother interacted.
Because I had to regain that relationship when I got back home. And then
Oh, but when you got back home, baby girl, it was ugly.
it was ugly. So like during the time I would come back home maybe for like 2 days while I was over there. Just to, you know, kind of go ahead, get the grounds going, just a little foundation. But when I did come back, it was like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like you guys knew I didn't want to be there, but I was so transparent about my behavior that it just
No,
made it
we're
unpleasant.
transparent about your behavior. I got a different definition for it.
Okay.
You were transparent about how you felt, and your nonverbals, your attitude was bad.
I don't know. I experienced the freedom that I never had, and then I kind of had to come back to it with a little bit more conditions.
Yes.
And it was different. I'm not gonna say it was. I don't know. I'm not in this headspace anymore. But I just felt like it was unpleasant to kind of be home because I wanted to be back where I was. I wanted to be in my
You wanted the
own
freedom
space.
you had.
Yeah, I wanted that freedom back.
And you know, we have this house is a community, and everyone has some guidelines, myself included. I probably have a little bit more flexibility than you do as mom. So it was about you missing your freedom and knowing you had to come back home to some limitations.
Yes.
But you know, it came out as you being angry, you having a bad attitude, you staying in your room, you being snappy. You want me to go on?
I mean, I think I get it, but that was how I felt.
That was?
Yeah.
What we were seeing was how you felt?
Yes, I was upset at a lot of things. I was upset. I think a big thing I was upset was because I came back home and nothing changed. But I don't know. I thought just that transition itself was gonna be that ultimate change.
What, that transition that you made was gonna make us do something differently?
No, like it wasn't gonna be such a wall that it was before. It was like, well, I'm not over there anymore. And it's like, cause my lease was for a year, but after 6 months I moved back. So it was like, I don't know, in my head I was like, I could kind of still be over there, but I'm really trying to be home, trying to mend things. And it's like, nobody's trying to meet me in the middle. But I hadn't realized how much damage I had actually done. Cause like, I hadn't found out so recently about what you were really going through. Like, those nights that you spent up crying. Oh, like how daddy really felt. I knew that I had hurt him, but to the extent that couldn't really be explained in words, or the words that I didn't want to hear at the time. I think it just had to take a little maturity that I just wasn't there yet to understand.
Right, and I know for me, it was so hard to have to call your father and to be able, I'm about to cry. I had to call your father and tell him that, hey, you know the family member that has been around for years and has been loving and kind, Yeah, they went and they did something that was totally against the plan that we had as parents. It was just downright embarrassing. To have that conversation with him. And he didn't take it well. But I mean, of course, you don't know because at that time, I don't even think we were really talking. Yeah.
I mean, I know he didn't take it well by what he told me. I could kind of get a clue where he was at, but as far as y'all's level of where it was, no.
Right. I think that there were some things that happened for me. That happened for me that you didn't know about until like recently.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, one, because you weren't here. Two, you were in your own space. You weren't able to see what it was that I was going through. And yeah, I did spend a lot of nights crying. It's terrifying. I mean, man, I thought about human sex trafficking.
Yeah, because when she found out where I was staying at, she had like, literally, she found like the worst thing to bring up about this place. And it was like a 1 in a million chance that it had happened. And she was like, you over there, people getting shot at and killed, you finna get killed.
But
like,
they did.
And then,
people did get shot and killed over there. It was just a block. It was a block away.
Okay, but it was like, it was in West Midtown, but the route we took too. It took us through the West End.
Okay.
It took us to the west side of it.
And it took us to a part of the West End, because I go to the West End, through the West End, y'all. It took us to the part of the West End that when I saw the po-po, I was like, what y'all doing here? They ain't paying y'all no mind.
Because she thought I lived in, like, that type of environment.
You lived a block away. Okay, were there some safety parameters where you were in that particular building? Yes. Were you at risk?
Yeah.
Yes. And so and I knew that, and I didn't know if something happened, if you were going to contact me, because you know we've always had this code. What's our code?
I don't know.
You don't know the code I'm talking about? That if you're out and you need a ride to leave the spot, to leave wherever you are, what has been the agreement?
That I can always make a call.
That you can come, that you can get a call, that you can get a ride home, no questions asked. Regardless of what I think, here it is, regardless of what I think about where you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know if you would do that. So yeah, I was terrified. So what helped you make a switch?
Switch?
To where you were going to try me. Now, when I say try me, I don't mean in a negative way. You don't know? My prayers?
No, wait. No. What do you mean try you?
When I say try me, I don't mean in a negative way. When I say that, I mean that to say, okay, I'm really going to try to do something differently with my mom, with my family, with myself.
While I was there, I was given an ultimatum. Like, if I stay there, that's it. Like, that's it. So I was like, I can't do that. I can't be the person who doesn't talk to their mom. So I was like, okay, so I'm going to move home. But when I got home and I didn't know that change was going to be instant, and it took months, like it almost took a year. Mm-hmm. Me and my brother, we actually had fought. And
y'all were about to.
We were arguing.
They were, yeah.
But we were.
It didn't get physical, but y'all had a really intense argument.
And he was just like, you're so worried about getting out of here that you're doing everything. Oh, it's like you're just so worried to get out, but you're not doing anything right while you're here. Something similar to that.
What he said was, you're so focused on leaving home but you're here at home, and rather than be focused on leaving, things might be better if you were focused on how you can stay. And it got really intense between the two of them. And if anyone knows baby boy, he's probably the most wild-mannered thing in our family. So getting that type of intense reaction from him, was that serious for you?
Yeah, it said something about
Yeah.
what I was doing.
Yeah. And I was in between the two of you. I was like, man, this is just ratchet. It was just ratchet. That was a turning point. I was glad he said it. I was glad he felt comfortable enough, to say how it was that he felt. Holy God, okay, so you're letting them see you're outlining?
Yes, I'm just outlining. I just want to.
You're not gonna leave all that,
White
those
around?
clouds.
No, but you can turn that off. Though.
You're not gonna leave all those clouds
No,
around it.
I'm gonna need some setting powder.
You're gonna need some setting powder?
Yep.
What's that, just face powder?
Yep.
It's like you want me to go get it or something?
I mean, I can.
Cause I don't even know which one that is. Y'all, when it comes to makeup, just know she got a lot. Is that all you do? You do that and then you put some setting powder
And then
on?
set it. Yep.
And the setting powder will close up the clouds?
It will.
Okay, so I'm gonna stay here with these folks. And yeah, this is. I saw someone, say, how real this is. This is real. And someone else says, hopefully she'll have such open dialogue with her youngest child.
I don't know though.
Okay.
I mean, in talk but they're supposed to say like your kid's supposed to be worse than you or better than you. So
Your kids are worse than you or better than you?
no, like your kids are what you did to your parents, but just
yeah. Yeah. Your kids will teach you what you did to your parents, and they may even try you a little bit more. But it still doesn't mean, even if they test you, it doesn't mean that you can't have open dialogue.
True.
I did not have this type of dialogue growing up. And that was one of the things that I wanted. I wanted to be different with my own parenting. But sometimes I didn't create the space for that to happen. So you can go and you can get the powder, and then I can tell you, that whole thing about creating the space for that to happen is that we want our kids to mess up. And as a parent, the biggest thing that I struggle with is knowing that my child had messed up in such a big degree, but it was also my responsibility to teach her how to correct it. Who wants to teach you how to correct it? I don't want to do that. Because my thought was, you knew better. What'd you do it for? How you gonna tell me you sorry? Now I gotta turn around with my own hurt and teach you how to fix it. But if I didn't show her how, who was? Surely not her friends. Who else did she have? And if she really didn't have anyone, I think that was one of the most difficult things that I had that I learned. That I had to learn that I am responsible for teaching my child how to fix a situation, even when they have done something that directly damaged me, my head and my heart. Forget what it did to my husband or my children or extended family members. Forget all of that, but that we as parents, we have this responsibility to say, this is how you show remorse. This is how you apologize. And this is what it is that I'm looking for from you. And I want to see you do this. And I want to see you do this. And I want to see you do this. And to do that even when she still had that nasty attitude. Even though she was doing some of it, she still had this bad attitude. And I didn't respond well. I didn't respond well to that part of her at all. But as a parent, that is one of the biggest things that I learned from this. You're gonna show them how to get rid of those clouds.
Get a face powder. It's a full coverage face powder.
Full coverage face powder.
A foundation brush or powder brush. I just take off the excess, and you're gonna dot it on your brows, and then get your spoolie again to brush it out.
Okay, let me see you do it. Cause I'm learning too, y'all. Cause I'm gonna tell you the truth. I'm not doing all of that. I'm not. I'm not. I can't. Because even without the pauses and the interruptions that we've had while we've been talking and she's doing it, that whole process, well, it could take like 15 minutes.
You can.
15 minutes on some eyebrows, man. 15 minutes, I'm finished. So Nasira, she said those attitudes are hard to deal with. They are. And then that strong part of her brought out the strong part of me. And the two of them together are sucking now. I was like, hey, if you and if we're going to have this type of emotional and mental battle, I was like, I'm going to win it for sure. Okay? And even me learning to curtail that, because it wasn't about winning. Because if I win, it means that you lose. So, are we on a winning team today?
Always.
Always. What I tell you about always.
I don't know, Mom.
I tell you so much. I got you.
Oh, yeah, you always do.
I always tell you that I got you. My goal is to show up for you not to feel judged and shamed when you do wrong. I'm gonna let you know when you're wrong, but for you not to feel so convicted that you don't recover, that you don't talk to me. Have I created something kind of sort of like that? Oh, thank you. And that's me and baby girl. And so I think after this, after eyebrows, baby girl says she gonna show y'all. Oh, the clouds, they kind of come. So y'all can see how baby girl, how she does it, and how she and I both have this same thick, the bang. I call it the bang. We both have the bang going on. We definitely. If I didn't part this right here, I'd be like, I have to part it like the Red Sea. Like this would just be one whole.
Real Frida vibes.
It would be what?
Real Frida vibes.
Yes. It would be like one brow just going all the way across. Love you too. It's Sister Melita.
Oh, welcome.
Alaikum salam. All right, so y'all let us know what questions you have. I think this has probably been one of the most candid videos I have ever done in my life. And, you know, if we had to go through that to get here, it's worth it. Yeah. Peace.